Unsolved.
JonBenet Ramsey case? Would you believe? Would you believe Patsy's bathroom shower was broken that morning? That's why she wore the same clothes. Patsy did not pick up the ransom note because maybe it had cooties. Patsy did not ask Burke about JonBenet that morning. She didn't say, "Did you see or hear anything that night?" Burke might have saw someone from John's work come in and grab JonBenet, but nobody asked Burke. John did not know about the Maglite flashlight. Patsy's bathroom shower was broken that morning. Slowly, the normal routine for an early morning flight comes into focus. Take a shower, get dressed, get going. I swing out of bed and abruptly remember that my shower is still broken. I think John got up first, and I got up right behind him, and he went to his bathroom and shower. I went to my bathroom. I did not shower that morning, and I just put my clothes on and did my hair and makeup, and then I started down the stairs. My clothes were probably thrown on the bathtub. Let me stop you right there. Those clothes you say were thrown down, those were the clothes that you wore the night before? Right. Okay, seems odd to me. Early, I do this a lot. Now, did you intend to wear those the rest of the day through? Or probably what I thought I would do, you know. My thinking was I have my underwear and all that is in these drawers here. So I put my underwear on. But I put the black velvet pants on and the red sweater, red top. And then we have clothes up at the lake. And I took a few things with me. You know, it was just so early. I was just going to throw on whatever I had up there. Patsy did not pick up the ransom note. Down the spiral stairs, and when I got nearly to the bottom, I saw these 3 pieces of paper, like notebook-sized paper, on the run of the stairs, and I went on down, turned around, and started reading it. And I remember reading the first couple of lines, and I kind of didn't know what it was, and then after the first couple of lines, it dawned on me. It said something about, "We have your daughter," or something. And I ran back upstairs and pushed open the door to her room, and she wasn't in her bed. Okay. And I screamed for John. He was up in our bedroom. Editor's note: in the second interview Patsy gave, upon the second time Patsy came downstairs before the 911 call, goes as follows. Well, I read. I came back down, and John had it, on the floor and whatnot, and I was glancing at it, and somewhere I thought in there, because I didn't read it line by line, I looked over to see who it was from, and I didn't know who that was. And somewhere I caught in there where it said, if you call don't call the police, or wherever it said that. Oh, here, police, FBI, etc. Your daughter is being held. And I read that, and my blood just went cold. I couldn't. That was some time later. Well, it was kind of all during. After John came down and he had the note, and I was, God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And he said, call the police, call 911. and I was looking around reading, but it said, don't do that. You know, what if they heard? It said we got to call them. I mean, all this was like in minutes. Patsy did not ask Burke about JonBenet that morning. I remember I think he ran and checked on him, and he told me he was okay or whatever. Okay? Was Burke still in the same bed? He hadn't moved beds or anything like that? I don't know. I didn't go in there and look. Okay, John talked about that with all the commotion and you guys yelling and stuff. Did that wake up Burke at all? No, it didn't. Okay. He didn't get up for a while. 'Cause we talked, John went up later on and woke up Burke. Right. And, yeah, brought him down. John did not know about the Maglite flashlight. And the killer had 4 hours when we were gone during the late afternoon and evening on the 25th to get a layout of the house if he hadn't done so before then. Or perhaps after we fell asleep, he familiarized himself with the house with the aid of a flashlight. A black Maglite type of flashlight was found on the kitchen counter. John's testimony about the Maglite flashlight on the right-hand side of the screen. When you had that flashlight, did you ever put batteries in it? Do you remember? I might have once, certainly probably initially. We have a flashlight in the car also, but it's a smaller thing. Was that a Maglite? Yeah, it was a smaller one. You've got to show this to John Andrew. He might remember because he bought it for me. Patsy's testimony about the Maglite flashlight. I think we had kind of a big one. I don't know where it was. I think John Andrew gave it to John, for I don't know whether he gave it to him for the plane or not. I know he keeps one in the plane, I think. Can you describe that one for me? What color was it, for example? The one John gave? Uh-huh. I think it was in that drawer, that little... We usually kept it, I think, in that drawer. Yeah. Maybe in this room, somewhere in this vicinity? Yeah, and I think it was like a big black one, you know? Well, is this picture, and that's not a good photo, would that be representative of the flashlight that you are describing? Yeah, probably. I'm afraid don't know what it is. And for the purpose of this tape, I'm showing Patsy a photograph depicting, is that the kitchen table? Kitchen counter. Kitchen counter with several items, but including what appears to be a flashlight on it. Yeah, it appears to be. I remember he gave him a big flashlight at one time, but I don't remember. Is it plastic material it's made out of? It seemed like it was heavy. I don't know. And lastly, I wanted to address a couple myths. The myth about the cherries and grapes. The autopsy says nothing about cherries and grapes. The myth about no signs of abuse. All of the sections contain vascular congestion, chronic inflammation, and a small number of red blood cells is present on the eroded surface. This is a 6-year-old girl, not a full-grown woman or a teenager. Well, this ends this episode of Unsolved. And please leave a comment or subscribe if you haven't, if you like the content. and I'll see you next weekend with another episode. Thank you.